Hey guys, the Church Media Guy here. In this video I want to talk to you about using graphics in your ministry. It definitely is a helpful and very powerful tool to use in your ministry in all sorts of different types of ways. You can use them in your services and outside of your services. For example, in your service, let's say you have events that you're promoting and things like that. Either during pre-service, while pre-service videos or music is going and stuff like that, just having some stuff come up on the screen about events that's coming up and things like that. That is super awesome to have, because when you have people sitting there waiting for service to begin, they can be looking at this and writing this down in their calendars like, hey, this event is at this time on this day and it's about this. Very great to have for stuff like that. Also for sermon slides and sermon series. For example, let's say you do a sermon series or a sermon on Breaker of Chains. Well, we know just by hearing Breaker of Chains, Jesus is the breaker of chains. And so let's put a graphic aspect to that. Let's make a visual aspect for that. So I'm gonna make one and make a graphic slide and put it right here, right now. Okay, when you see this graphic for the rest of your life, you're always gonna remember this video. The reason why is because I've just been talking to you about it. And I could tell you, I could preach you a message right now about the breaker of chains. And this graphic, you will always remember that message because of the graphic. You have a visual aid that went along with it. So let's say you're doing a sermon series, you would have a main title slide like so, but then you would have a sermon title slide that would say, okay, this series is called Breaker of Chains. This message in this series is called Jesus is the Breaker of Chains, for example, okay? And so I would make a sermon title slide, like so, and that would be just another visual aid. And then another cool thing about this is that, let's say you do this series and you want to print it on DVDs or CDs, or even post it in a certain way on your website or social media. You have a visual aid to help you remember which sermon you heard at what time when you saw this graphic, okay? And these can be used anywhere. They can be used on podcasts. They can be used on your live streaming through software, of course. Putting them up on your slides, on your TVs or your projector screens at your services that you go to or that you're ministering in. Very important to use graphics in. Also, using graphics on social media is great too, because it's just one of those visual things. If you're just posting text on social media, people are going to scroll right by you. But when you have something visual there, something that catches their eye, it'll be one of those things that, oh, they'll stop and they'll read it, at least for the first 5 to 10 seconds, and read through what you got right there. So that's just a couple of quick, really important things to know, that how graphics can help you in your ministry. And there are many other ways too. Graphics are important on your website and just everything, on your social media, in your services, using graphics to make posters for your service. One thing we have in my local church is when you walk in, there's a wall there with 3 or 4 posters hanging up there in some nice frames, and then you walk a little ways away and there's 4 or 5 other posters that are hanging there in some nice frames. And then they can be about the current sermon series that we're in, or things that are coming up in the church, or just different things like that. Super awesome to have graphics at your disposal. And so if you need help with graphics or anything like that, feel free to contact me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have about it. I'm happy to help you get them made and things like that. So just give me a call. My contact info will be at the end of this video. I'm the Church Media Guy. People want to know what's going on in your ministry. I'll talk to you later. Hey guys, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions about anything you may have seen or heard, my contact info is here. And feel free to contact me with any questions, comments, concerns, whatever it may be. Once again, this is a community of ministries that I want to be building and put together talking about media. So subscribe to this channel, stay connected with my website. Videos are going to be posting on my website regularly, and a podcast will be coming soon as well, so be keeping an eye out for that. Subscribe, like, share this video, especially with any other ministers, any other ministries that you know that might need help in their ministry in the area of media. Share it with them. Let them know what's happening. I'm the church media guy. Don't forget, people want to know what's going on in your ministry. I'll talk to you later.